One. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Index Card RPG. We don't really have a show name for this yet, but this episode is called Far From Home. I don't know why we haven't named it yet. What are we calling
Sunshine Boys.
Lost in Cosmos.
this? Sunshine
You're
Boys.
right, because I'm gonna turn my camera off, and then you guys are gonna be happy about that.
Whoops.
Okay,
Was that the
Sunshi-
ship?
Yeah. Okay, there's Sunshine. I'm Jeremy.
Stick around, Grady.
Darn you, Brian. I'm Jeremy. I'm the host for today. I'm starting to second guess that. As a quick, let's do a round of welcomes or of introductions before we get into this, and then we'll do a quick recap. How about that? Let's start with Sid. Tell us all about yourself.
Hi, I'm Sid, and I'm hearing things. Wow. You can find me on the interwebs at _Sundance Sid, here to have a whole lot of fun and reprise the character of Grinks, the ghost armor mechanic on this here wily crew.
Nice. John, why don't you tell us about you and your character?
I am John, and you can find pictures of my dog on at Distillosaurus Rex on Instagram. It's like which app is that? Instagram. That's the one with dog pictures of the dog doing dog things. Everyone likes pictures of dogs. Hashtag dogs of Instagram. And I'll be playing Bowie, the Kit Echo, whatever an echo is, whatever they are,
Whatever
an
an echo
anomaly
is,
in space.
whatever they are,
yeah,
an anomaly.
whatever
in
those things
space.
are.
Whatever
It's an
those
anomaly
things
in
are.
space.
It's an anomaly in
It's
space.
true.
It's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here we are.
Here we are. Okay, Kevin, how about you?
Hi. I'm Kevin. I can be found online at the socials at KevRan Games. I'm part of the production team over here at Wanderer's Haven, and so happy to be back as everyone's favorite Reptoid gunner, Razik. So, ready to rock and roll and play and have some more fun. So, let's do it.
Nice. As of now, I'm starting to wonder if you're questioning that decision to come on board to help produce things on the Sears channel.
It's all good.
Finally, actually, I better introduce myself before I hand it over to Brian. Hi, I'm Jeremy. You can find me over on WH Pubs on most of the socials, or here quite often on Wanderers Haven's Twitch channel, or go to whpublications.com, or the link tree that I just shared in chat. And I am playing
Linktree.
and I'm playing the Zill Navigator. Zills are artificial life forms or silicon life forms that are trying to take over the universe and assimilate everything into themselves, into their consciousness, not to be confused with a carbon-based life form that does that. Brian, why don't you tell us about yourself?
Hi, I'm Brian. That can be found in Jeremy's nightmare of streaming videos, like this one. I am your storyteller today, and I will keep this motley crew not on track.
Huzzah! I'm gonna go look at pictures of John's dog.
This is the way.
This
Well,
is
you
the
know,
way.
I was trying to look at myself on Twitch to make myself feel important, and then I forgot to mute my external speakers because Jeremy's making me wear the headphones today.
Oh.
Sure.
All right, so what do you guys want to do? Who wants to do the recap from 2 months ago?
Kevin?
Oh boy. So okay, let's see how well we do this. There might be some really interesting new canon about to get implemented here. We'll see what happens. Yes, we are the crew of the Sunshine. We are from various races from across this warp shell campaign setting, and we are a group, a team, and specifically we were flying around, minding our own business when we decided to actually encounter, if I believe, there was a ship that was on the verge of a black hole, and we decided to investigate it because it was derelict and there might have been some sort of payout for doing so. That might not be the reason. I believe that was the reason. Makes
It
sense
was
for a reason.
it was like a legendary Raptoid ship, the Red
Oh.
Sword.
Yes, left over from the war or whatever. It was like a pirating ship.
Yeah, they were like badasses.
Yeah, so we went over there and we encountered some Raptoids, and we eventually had our ship, the Sunshine, get damaged, and its warp core exploded and stranded us through a wormhole into wherever we are now. Maybe we're about to have a Farscape adventure. I don't know. Is that right?
Who knows? That sounds about
That's
right.
pretty good. Yeah.
Did anyone?
You did. You were very humble and didn't mention that the emerging dimensional entity coming when you blew up the red star to prevent it. So you saved the universe.
Right,
in a
right. Because
way.
didn't we send
I
the Red
s-
Sword into the Dark Star to blow it up or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you did.
Well, I
And you
thought it was
almost
just
didn't get back on
assumed.
board.
I thought it was just assumed we saved the universe, so I didn't
Right.
mention it.
Right.
Like it. And if I believe right, the ghost armor and the little otter there barely made it on board before the rift formed.
Nice.
Guardians of the Galaxy,
Lies.
eat your heart out. We are the.
That's right.
And then that
You-
brings us to today, where your ship is tumbling uncontrollably through warp space without direction. And since it's within
my
a proper
God.
takeoff, no one has been strapped in, so you're in a big tumble dryer mode.
Because I'm just like a series of pixels that are connected together in a somewhat humanoid form. As I tumble, I just like flatten against things and then stand back up. It's not comfortable whatsoever, but right.
So, yes, and you hear sunshine and everything is, anytime you say something, your voice is like stretched.
Yeah.
It's like slow-mo. And then you hear sunshine say, and then it speeds up real quick, and you hear sunshine going, "Brace right back! Brace right back!"
Grab something,
you-
guys! Grab something!
You feel your warp shell crash into a very rough landing. There are lights going off, there are buzzers going off, there's klaxons going off. Everything is everywhere, even stuff that was in inside of like their cabinets have all busted open. Everything is everywhere.
Are any of the insides of my fellows everywhere? Or do you all look alive? No one.
Razik's
no one's
gonna
been.
stand up, and he's
Okay.
gonna pop his shoulder back in place, check his gun arm. I'm okay. Is everyone else all right?
I am operating within parameters.
Kit, are you okay over there? Owie, talk to us. Come on, Star Child.
Oh, sweet star child.
Sweet Star Child. Kit's lumped over a small pile of grenades. Just kind of scooping them in underneath himself.
Is that his most prized possession he was protecting?
Yeah. You gotta protect your grenades, man.
Your layer of
that's the
extraneous
only thing
body
in life.
fat protect them from exploding.
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
I'm just imagining, like the zoo otters that they just hoard the clams in their little pocket. Except for yours are just
It's
grenades.
grenades. Yeah.
Rings, talk to us, buddy. Are you okay?
You look over and you just see the armor just there crumbled in a heap, Family Guy style, and I'm outside of it, like going over to like the consoles and stuff. Sunshine, come on, talk to me. You all right?
And you just get all kinds of audio feedback and
That's not good.
Yes, that's not good at all.
I'm gonna head over to the navigation panel and try and figure out where in the hell we are.
Okay, so the panel is all like glitching, and all the graphics on it are got glitches on them, but you can kind of see this representation of like a little solar system, little small solar system with like 4 planets, and you're on like the third one, and it's got 2 different moons, and it's kind of far from the sun, and you can't see out the view screen very well, but it looks like you've landed in some sort of like snowbank.
Hold up there. I don't think I like that very much with my reptilian body structure.
I put my suit back on, put my pants back on, and I said, we need a. Can we?
You're gonna crash. Do it naked.
Can we do a scan for any sort of life forms on that there planet?
Yeah, go ahead and since everything's kind of glitchy right now, give me a hard intelligence check. So it'll be a difficulty of 15.
Can I assist with that in any way by also, making searches with the panel that I'm at or in some way?
Yeah, probably. So difficulty of 12. And everybody has a hero coin, by the way.
Ooh, nice.
Like to hear that.
Goosh. All right, 14. Intelligence, right?
Yep.
14.
All right. So you kind of do a scan, and this is definitely some sort of Arctic weather out here. You have a thick fog. Seems to be a huge blizzard going on. So like natural, non-assisted visualizations are very hard to do. It's coming through, and there's a howling wind, like 30, 40 mile per hour winds outside of your ship right now, just kicking it all up.
And no life forms.
Not that you're detecting in your immediate vicinity. And you do notice, though, that the sensors are not at their most effective range right now. There's some ship damage that is going to have to be repaired if you want to get things online and have better resolution and fidelity on your scans.
All right, I'll get right on that then.
Frankly, if I'm reading these scans correctly or these readouts, it appears that the engines are not working. Can you tell Sunshine to make that change?
Well, as you can see, you can't really tell Sunshine much of anything right now. So I'll get on repairs, try to get Sunshine back in tip-top shape, and then we can worry about the engines.
Just like a female of a species not listening.
And there's the stream that just got cut.
That is why Zill are a single, unified. We don't have this conflict between us. We are one.
Of course, yeah. Makes sense. Is there anything that I can lift or move around? I don't know all the tech stuff you guys are talking about.
Do you see that crate over there?
Yeah.
If you could go pick that crate up and move it over to this other side of the room and set it down. But then when you're done with that, pick that same crate up and then put it back where it was. It's very important for the repair of the ship. And just keep doing that. It'll speed things up greatly.
like there's a little bit of what if in this plan. I don't entirely understand what you're talking about, but
Do you
Look,
see
if this
that
was-
crate?
if this was the comment that I made, I apologize. I didn't mean to insult the ladies. I like the ladies as much as any fella does.
There are no ladies here. There's no one to insult.
Good.
You hear Sunshine try to speak up, but it's all garbled.
There
Don't worry, baby. We love you. You're fine. Get us where we're going. But yeah, I'll move that crate once, but I'm not going to move it all day. I mean,
No,
is there
it's-
something with the ship I can move around?
No, it's not. It's not all day. It's just a number of times until the ship is ready to go.
It could be all day, though.
It could be, but it might be sooner or longer. There's only one way to find out.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to go over here and clean my gun. I just strut over to the corner and plop down and pull out my big two-handed carbine and just start polishing it. Lick it.
I'm going to inspect the engines.
Lee, don't make anything worse. As
I will do my best.
grabbing wires and connecting. don't
So
touch
what?
anything down there.
What are you guys gonna focus on? What systems do you want to do? Like engines, the computer, like navigational scanning stuff. What's your priority?
First things first, I need Sunshine, the AI back operational, and then I'll focus on navs, the scanners.
Okay.
Engines are last.
Okay.
Right now, at least for right now, engines are last.
So give me a just give me an intelligence check at a difficulty of 12.
Well, guess what? That's an 8.
Sweet. All right. So you think there's something wrong with the computer core, but you feel like you might have to take it all the way apart to figure it out.
Son of a. Don't worry, Sunshine. I'll get you back up in order.
You hear a frantic.
Yeah. I'll take care of it.
Grenade man, what are you doing?
Well, I mean, sorting the grenades by size and weight, and color, and appeal, determining which one is more attractive than the others. I mean, they're all the same, of course. You know, it's the same grenade, the same make and model, the same manufacturer. But you know, only kits know really truly which one is more beautiful than the others. He's not particularly useful in the mechanical end of things. I mean, he's knows it's probably better to like not put his paws in the circuit duodenum dot yellow wire, whatever that is. But grenades, yeah, grenades he knows, and he's gonna occupy himself with this grenade beauty pageant thing going on.
Excellent. What part of this ship did you end up in?
Probably the space, with the most space, because there probably will be some juggling as well, because they've got to test their acrobatic, capacities, their
So kinda-
aerodynamic.
Kind of in the back where all the cargo would be, and like the weapons
Mm.
rooms and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Being useful.
So who's on the bridge right now? I think Zix. Where were you at? You were by the navigation panel, or did you wander off after you did your initial scans?
Yeah, I'm heading down to check the engines to see if there's like physical damage to them, or if it's somewhere like that's maybe powering them, or I don't really know how this living ship works. So I'm just heading down towards whatever an engine room would be.
Okay. And then I cannot remember the reptoid's name.
Razik.
Razik.
Uh,
Were you just plopped down in the bridge in the corner cleaning your gun?
Sure, I could be in the bridge. That's fine.
Or were you
Polishing his
taking
pistol. Hmm.
I imagine we were all like in like the main cargo hold or like the main like centralized area of everything. But you can put me wherever you want me to be.
I mean,
I'm
it's
easy going.
wherever you want to be. Not
Yeah,
nothing.
I'm sitting on the bridge then.
Okay.
Why not? Cleaning the gun, staring out the front
Right.
view screen, out into the frozen tundra wasteland that I see out the window.
Excellent. Well, then you hear a beeping coming from the scanning station that Grizik, is that your name, Sid? I'm sorry.
Grinks.
Grinks was
Yeah.
was operating before he started his way to the computer core.
Yeah, I take a look at it. I mean, I know enough to like see what it is, right? I mean, I can tell if it's we're getting hailed or there's proximity alarm or anything like that.
Yeah,
I
it's
have-
it's like a motion sensor. And the scans show that the area that it's starting to get colder than it was. So, we're like below zero by a significant amount Fahrenheit. And there are two large blips on the edge of the scan zone that seem to be kind of walking in a circle around the ship.
Looks like we might have to meet them in glorious battle. I'm gonna stand up, sling the gun onto my back, and I'm gonna go out. Hey, Grinks, we've got somebody poking around outside.
We got what?
Somebody's poking around outside. I thought I said that pretty clearly, but
Let me see. Let me take a look. Let me take a look at it.
yeah.
Where
And
the?
I'm gonna motion for him to follow me up back towards the bridge. Look at this here. And I point out the thing on the dash console for him to see. Somebody needs shot. I'm on it if so.
Hope not, but yeah, you could take care of that if it comes down to it. Where's? Damn it, he went to go look at the engines. He's the navigator. Why is he? Whatever. All right. Okay.
I know. I thought he'd be here on the bridge too, but got different plans.
We need to get these things working. Right.
What can I do? You guys got me sitting here cleaning my gun, and although I like stroking Bethesda, I want to do some help if I can. What did I say? What happened? What,
Nah, you're perfectly fine. Damn it. Do you know how any of these things work?
yeah, that one there steers the ship.
As he points to the wheel, the steering wheel. Okay.
I know a little bit, but I can't fly this thing or do any sort of diagnostics. But
Yeah, well, it can't
I
fly
understand.
right now.
Well, I got that. But
All right. So, all right, come here. I need you. All right.
okay.
Grab these, grab this, grab that, and I just hand him like some wires and components. Follow me, and I try to,
Okay.
I try to get Sunshine back up and running so we could get things fixed. So less things that we manually have to scan, the better.
Okay.
Where's Kit? Damn it. Where's Bowie?
I don't know.
Probably hoarding, sorting the grenades again. All right,
He
come on.
said something about doing the magic dance, and he walked off. I don't know what he's doing exactly, but
Yeah, you don't want to know. Come on. Let's,
okay.
let's get these things fixed.
Okay.
And can I try again to poke these wires, grab things, tell Razik to hold this up while I connect this, and try to get this operational so we can make scans and move on to more important things.
What would I roll to maybe try to assist doing this? I mean, I have very limited knowledge, but
Well, it depends. Are you going to actively try to like maneuver components and do reboots of systems? Or are you more like you the scalpel hander to.
I'm
to
more
the
of like,
doctor.
hey, stick point A into slot B,
Yeah, I think
wiggle it
it'd
if
be
it
a
tells you
little bit
to, maybe switch around these colors, things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Manual
hand me
labor
this.
type stuff.
Hand me that, and when I say go, flip that switch. I think that's what I had in mind.
That's about it. Yeah, that's about it. Yep.
So what you're saying, there's might be a lot of wisdom checks in your future.
Oh,
Um,
I'm good. That's the one. That's the one mental stat I'm good at. So that's okay.
All right, so Grinks, let's as you kind of like manipulate systems and things, and have your compatriot here flip switches and push in, reset relays and things like that. Give me an easy intelligence check. So that'd be 10 or better.
All right. Yes. 15.
All right.
That's beautiful.
Okay, so as soon as you flip the last switch and slide together the last coupling, the entire ship goes dark, and you hear a zzz,
Yeah.
and then it comes back up.
We did it. Yeah. I
Nice.
knew it was going. Yeah. Good job.
And then you hear Sunshine start speaking in like different galactic languages.
I smacked it.
And thank you, Grix. I'm finally back. I really should do a voice spot, but I'm not that smart.
Glad to have you back, Sunshine. Glad to have the whole team reunited. Feels so good when we're all back together.
That was quite the fun we had last time. We should do that again.
Nope. We should.
Exploding, emerging dark stars are so much fun.
To each their own, I guess.
Yeah, we could talk about all that fun a little later, Sunshine. I need a full diagnostic on the ship. I need to know what needs to be fixed, what's operational, and also I need to know. I need a perimeter scan. If you can, do all of the above.
Yeah, we have
Oh,
two.
you're not
threads
wasting
making
time.
us-
No,
Well,
yeah, we lots of things are happening. We need to.
I am very bruised. I was in a car accident.
Well, you're not a car. You're a big ship, but I understand the metaphor.
Hey,
So-
buck up, sweetheart. We're all pulling our weight around here,
Is it really an accident if you did it on purpose, though?
A little bit.
So she goes quiet. She's like, processing. Oh my, we're fine. And
I don't understand that word in my language. What did she say?
life support's the only system reliably working.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Scanners need to be realigned from the outside.
Not wonderful.
Engine's completely down. We are an auxiliary power.
How long is that gonna last?
And Zix, when you got down to the engine room, you noticed that the power plant's completely dark.
Okay.
The main power plant, at least. There's some auxiliary power generating on, but it's not designed to last, forever and ever.
So, just as an interesting aside, as far as Zix goes, so when I came aboard this ship to assimilate it, Sunshine cut me off from the Zill. Like I no longer am part of the hive mind.
Oh, right.
When Sunshine goes out, like it turns off and then restarts, I am absolutely going to be all like, and try and think real hard about reconnecting. And I was wondering if it works or not.
Well, why don't you roll a d6?
Sure.
And 1 through 3 means that her blocking of it is degrading.
Nope, doesn't matter. Got a 6.
So for now, you feel like you're okay, I guess. But
Okay.
maybe we'll re-roll that
Yeah.
once every few hours.
Okay. Yeah, so it seems like that that doesn't work, and so I go into the engine room and see the power out. Do I know much about living ship power units that I could?
Well, I mean, you're probably familiar with, like, casually familiar with what a ship needs to run. I mean, you are living in advanced society, so, but it's kind of like, I know how our car runs, and I could replace like the spark plugs,
Right.
but I still need a mechanic, right?
So I've got that innate create device. Are there like parts of it that seem broken that I could form from my molecules and install into this to fix it?
Is your innate, does it create a permanent device, or is it time limited?
Let me check. Completes in 1 round. Sorry, it's doing that thing where you can't read it all. I'm going to copy and paste it so I can read it. Hang on.
Right. And is it temporary? And is it complex machines or just like simple devices?
So it says, provide a detailed description of a mechanical device of your mass or less. Create instantly on modified 12+. Otherwise, complete in 1 round. So I'm assuming it doesn't say it goes away.
Okay, so it would be a mechanical device though. So, like, you couldn't create like electronics, but you could create like levers and stuff,
right,
or whatever,
right.
or like a clock or something, something like, as long as it's mechanical in nature, you could probably create.
That's what I'm understanding from this. Yeah.
So what is your mass?
Humanoid, right?
Cool. Okay. Well, you do know there are some electrical components that look burnt out because there's this like kind of smoke rising out of them, and it's very black on the outside of it. Normally, the things that work on this ship don't have those two things happening. But it looks like the reaction chamber, some key things in it are gone.
Okay.
Or destroyed.
Right. All right. Well, I'll start pulling those out or clearing out the spaces that those pieces need to, and I'll start forming them over time. I'm not going to worry about rolling for it. This can take however long it needs to. But I am on the inside very happy because previously Sunshine has stopped me from assimilating the ship. And even though this isn't like a full-on assimilation, I am working myself into bits of it. And so I'm humming happily while doing this.
I'm going to replace all of your eye beams with me. All right. And then Sunshine comes back online and says, there are 2 very large megafauna-style creatures about 300 feet away from the ship circling us. We can't get a visual lock because of the storm, but the heat signatures are showing, very large creatures, like taking up a space of like 15 feet square.
Does this broadcast across the whole ship or just...
I don't know. Grinks, were you having a intimate conversation, or are you patching in everybody?
Headphones aren't in, so no, it's not an intimate conversation. I think it's just I got her back online and we were speaking. But she was just speaking to us on the bridge. I don't think it would be broadcast.
Okay.
Needed to be broadcast, which I'm gonna go over the intercom in just a second because things are happening.
Cool. All right. So you and Bowie know this information, since he's assisting you. And, or not Bowie.
So yeah,
Razzie,
Bowie. I'm gonna need you guys to get up here to the bridges as fast as possible. We got some things.
I am currently interfaced with the power system. I will be able to remove the part of me that I am creating shortly.
That sounds different.
Told him not to touch it. Whatever. All right.
Bowie, bring your grenades. We
Alright,
might have enemies.
There's a series of blipping sounds. Bowie appears very rapidly.
There he is.
Blip, blip, blip.
Never get used to that. Anyway, all right. So, all right. Two things. One, we're gonna need someone to go outside and reconnect. What was it outside that needed to reconnect?
Some of the sensors needed, like, realignment. Basically, probably been knocked off their pedestals and stuff. And
All right,
there's
so-
some outside repairs that need to happen,
All right.
essentially.
Sensors outside, and I guess Nitz is dealing with the power. And all right, so I need somebody to go outside to realign those sensors.
Easy. On it.
All right, never mind.
Nice.
Couple grenades, take care of it.
Yeah, so it's super cold out there. Need you to be quick about it. All right. It's pretty simple. You get the blue wire, you plug it into the red socket. You take the red wire, plug it into the green socket. Then you take that orange rod, right? Then you pick it up and angle it. Put it at a 45-degree angle. All right, pretty simple.
But not too tight.
And not too tight.
You have a
Right,
diagram.
okay,
for
yep.
him, or-
And then there's a white wire. Whatever you do not plug and or trip over and or cut the white wire. That is very important.
Do not cut the right wire.
All right. Got it. All right, let's go because we got two large entities incoming, so we need to be up and out of here shortly.
I'll stand guard.
Standing guard in here, or you're gonna stand
Outside, I'll stand guard over our little friend, just in case those big bastards come any closer.
All right, you go ahead and do that. I'll try to get some more stuff operational.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so as you guys are headed outside, are you gonna like go outside in what you're wearing, or are you gonna like try to find some environmental suit thing? Sunshine tells you that the atmosphere is breathable, but it's like 40 below zero.
Yeah, you're probably gonna need these, and I hand them. I'm assuming everyone is wearing like spacesuits of some sort.
Yeah, back suit.
All right, for Bowie, I hand him like a chip, and I like it's a USB, and I plug it in to his suit, and it just downloads a warmer program, and it just you got internal warmer, and I turn to Razit. You're cold-blooded, ain't you?
That's right. Yes, I'm gonna want as much external protection as possible. Nothing too bulky. I don't want to be able to not move, but I am gonna need protection for sure.
I give him a big poofy jacket and Uggs. So there you go.
Excellent. What's it all on? He's walking like this.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I'll just continue trying to repair things and hope
Okay.
whatever Nitz. Jeremy just had to pick the hardest name.
Right.
Whatever he's doing down there, they get it done, and hopefully restore a bit of power to us, because this auxiliary power is not gonna work for long.
I think Jeremy should put up a phonetic spelling on the screen for us. Yeah.
Really.
All right. So Razik and Bowie, you head outside. You get on top, get out the top hatch, and you're looking at all the sensor arrays. You get the feeling you're going to be out here for like 2 or 3 hours trying to readjust everything. And the first thing you notice is this like just cut to the bone wind hits you and takes your breath away, even with your kind of protection on. and you can't really see more than like a few feet ahead of you. So the repair checks are going to be hard out here. But who's going to do the actual repairs? Or Razik, are you just standing guard and Bowie's going to be the...
Yep.
Okay, excellent. Well, Bowie, your first hour, you kind of got a section done, and you're about to plug it back in. So let's do a intelligence check to see how well you get that done.
Easy. Okay, so red wire does the twist of the blue and a straight line. How do I roll this thing? Do I just roll a d20?
Yeah, roll a d20, and it's going to be an intelligence check at DC 13.
He said you're going to take the blue wire and put it into the red socket.
Yeah, add with a natural 1. And then the white wire gets cut, right? You cut the white wire. Yeah, you cut the white wire. There was a cut involved. Definitely.
There was, but I think maybe he cuts the white wire before I could stop him with that nat 1, unless there's something else you would rather say.
Yeah, no, I think that sounds reasonable. And
not that one. What are you doing? Not that one.
And there's a huge spark.
Cut it.
There's a huge spark, and the components surrounding it are blackened.
I didn't say anything about black wires.
So, maybe just put it back together and move to the next section. And
I mean, like it's just this is how we were taught to do it back home.
Yeah.
You could spend a hero coin to modify your roll if you like.
Could
you can hold on
but,
to that for something
I'll
else.
hold on to that for when it's more direly needed. I think.
Okay.
I'll see anything coming out of the cold to come get us. They're maintaining their distance. These megafauna creatures.
Well, from your perspective, you can't see them all because you're only like maybe 10 feet in front of you that you can see, and that's even kind of iffy. You all on the inside of the ship, are you tracking for your friends, or are you busying yourself with other repairs?
Well, if our navigator, was up here navigating things and running the scans, then yeah. But I'm just waiting like over like the communication earpiece, our comms, just waiting to hear from whatever they say if they need help or anything. But I'm busying myself, yes, trying to fix and get things in order.
Okay. Well, you notice that the visual sensors are completely static, and it looks different than the Blizzard did before earlier. They're just like static lines everywhere.
Well, shit. They cut the white wire, didn't they? Anyhow. And then I'm gonna call in and say, "You guys okay up there?"
We had some issues. Yeah, no, tell the truth. We had some issues with the white wire.
Yeah. You cut it, didn't you?
There was no we involved, but yes, it was cut.
All right. Well. Okay. Just I guess put everything else back together, and I'll. I guess
maybe you should come out here and show us what we're doing wrong.
No time for that. Just put everything else. I said, red wire, blue socket, orange wire, whatever. Yeah, just put everything else together, and don't worry about the white wire. I'll take care of it, or we'll figure it out later. But
so you want us to, instead of putting the blue wire into the red socket and the red wire onto the terminal and the orange device in at a 45-degree angle, you want us instead to do what you're saying now, which is the red socket in, what'd you say, the blue wire?
Whatever I told you guys to do while you were inside of the ship.
Okay.
Do that.
Except for
what about the black wires?
Well, there should not be any black wires up there. So if you see
there's 6 of them now.
Now.
Well, I mean, they're color changing wires, really. It's fine. It's fine. I got this. I'm totally on top of it, boss. I got it.
Yeah, if I just turn off the comms. I'm like, yeah, if I wasn't already dead, I'll probably do. Guys, I'll die of an aneurysm.
Sunshine's like, oh my, this will be interesting.
Yeah, this is one hell of an adventure. All right, and I'm just going back to fixing things, and I'm gonna just check in. Hey, BuzzFeed, you got any progress down there?
Yes, I believe that the interfacing is going along very well.
Yeah.
The power has not been restored yet, but there are only a few more parts left that need replacing.
All right, you better not be trying to assimilate with the ship down there.
No, of course not.
I'll choose to believe you. This is just
Right. No unprotected simulation down there.
this was. It went better when we were fighting everybody else and blowing things. Because this is.
No premature assimilation will occur.
It might turn into a fight with Sunshine. Who knows with this group?
Oh.
Oh my lord!
Bricks and Sunshine versus the world.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to help our little friend at this point. I'm gonna start trying to do the things that Grinks told us to do.
The way I imagine that going is like he's this one, and you guys are grabbing wires and like forcing each other's hands around. Is that the kind of how it's going down?
Sounds like it. Sounds like it.
Look, you need these tiny hands, man, to do the work. You look at your hands; they're too big. You're too big. You can't like grab one wire at one time. You gotta like grab 3 wires at one time with those giant hands, with those claws you got.
They're big enough for what I need them for, which is right now wrangling your neck. All right. Now listen. You do what I tell you to do. We're gonna get out of this, okay? Take that blue wire. You know what? And I get down and I kind of stick the wires in my mouth. I lick them all clean. Spit out all that black soot that was all over them. All right, now. Blue wire into that red socket.
Blue wire, red socket.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, on it.
Red wire goes on this green terminal over here. And I'm going to grab that
The yellow
orange
with the
thing.
45.
Yeah, that orange thing, I'm going to get ready at the 45. My gun's on my back now at this point. When he gets that all situated, I'm going to stick it in there.
So as soon as you like get your lever in place, put your gun away, you hear a roar off in the distance. Like this huge like growl yell thing. But hey, Bowie, why don't you give me an easy intelligence check there with your friend's help? And
An easy intelligence check. Here we go. Plus
Yeah.
0. 7. All right, lucky 7.
All right, so nothing shorts out or explodes. The system seems to like, display normal operating. But, there's this like blinking orange light that doesn't go away.
On the panel?
Yeah. On one of the components inside that sensor array. But you've successfully got section 2 up and running.
Don't touch anything else. I got something to kill. And I pull the gun off my back again. I'm going to yell out into the dark, "You there! You will be met in glorious combat this day. If you wish to test your mettle against mine, step forward into the light. Let us settle this like warriors of old."
And the wind just howls around you, kind of capturing your words.
Who are you even talking to?
Terror comes in the night, in the dark, friend. I will be ready, ever vigilant.
All right. I'll blip over to the next panel.
Okay. What are you doing?
Has the power come back on yet?
No. But you know, were able to
I'm gonna
recreate some
keep-
of the mechanical parts of the.
Yeah.
That were
If my
broken.
interfacing is done, then I'm going to start looking for replacement components that are, you know, more of the electronics kind that I can't replicate.
You seem to remember, like, you know, as you were roaming around the ship looking for good assimilation spots in the past, that this chamber usually had like a crystal in the center that was like glowing kind of a pinkish orange color, and that crystal's not here.
Oh, it's just gone.
Yeah. And the components that you've been replacing like are kind of like the reaction arms to the crystal.
Totally.
So, but yeah.
I'll look around. Is it like laying in a corner somewhere, like the jostling knocked it out and it just like went flying, or did it burn up?
No, you're not sure because the inside of the chamber was like intact. The outside of it, the broken arms and things they're fragile. So the impact broke those, but there's no trace of the crystal that was in there. And there is some, I guess, blackening on the inside. Some of the broken arms you found did have like some weird like scorch marks on them.
Okay, I'll call up to the bridge.
Grinks, I'm not sure how big of a problem this is, but I'm trying to get the power back on so that we can not be on auxiliary power. It appears to be missing.
What's missing?
I'm not sure what to call it. There was a crystal here. It used to glow. It's not doing either glowing nor existing in the space that it was in.
Oh no! Where the hell are we gonna get into? Oh my! Okay, all right.
Is there a backup? Is there?
Probably, but with all the topsy-turvy turning around this Sunshine did on the way over here is probably somewhere maybe broken. Check. All right. There's a storage closet of sorts down there. Check in there, see if you can see a replacement. If you find a replacement.
Yes, I know exactly which one that is. I will go look in there. And I'm gonna
wander off from this room to try and find. I'm gonna keep an eye out because maybe this crystal flew out and is just laying around somewhere. But yeah, I'm gonna go try and find either the replacement or the displaced crystal.
Okay. Well, you come upon a closet that has miraculously stayed shut. That kind of feels like the one that your friend Grix was describing to you.
Yeah, I knew which one it was because I've definitely tried to assimilate the ship here before. It didn't work. Maybe it'll work this time. It'll just touch the wall.
Okay, yeah, it comes open.
Okay, I'll look inside.
Okay, yeah, so the insides are kind of like jumbled up, but a lot of the shelves have stuff to keep things from flying out. So you do find a box that looks like it's like this big, you know, and on the outside it says Phyrexian fused crystal, and you feel like that's the thing you're looking for.
Okay. I'll go over. For some reason in my head, I'm just like, it's a cardboard box, and in marker it's written. But yeah, I'll go over and open that up and see if there is a crystal inside.
So there's inside is this like foam stuff that has these cutouts in it.
Yeah.
And there's like 4 cutouts, and they're all empty.
I'll call up to the bridge.
You know, it's like it hasn't been restocked, you know, for a while.
Grace, I hate to be the bearer of bad news again, but I'm in the storage closet, and I have found the container that should have the crystals inside, and they're not.
Great. Wonderful. Amazing. All right.
I would disagree. I would definitely disagree. That seems like a completely incorrect statement.
make your way back to the bridge. We'll figure this out. Come on.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
even if there was mechanical stuff to do with the engines, without power, it's kind of pointless right now. So yeah, I'll head up to the bridge.
Uh, and what I'll do is this is what I want to see if I'll be able to do. I stop what I'm doing.
Okay.
All right. And what I'm gonna try to do is use my jerry rigger ability
Okay.
to try to combine just loose objects to create a temporary fix.
Okay.
Just take some bubble gum and some, some toothpicks and a couple of, paper clips. Unbend the paper clip and stretch it out in between.
That's right. Everybody give me your watches. We're taking out the quartz.
Go and give us a MacGyver check if you could.
Right?
All right, so while you're trying to find components to jerry rig together, Bowie and Razik, you're at the third panel. And go ahead and give me an easy intelligence check. Since
Easy.
I'm presuming that Razik is still helping, and you guys you're arguing over the correct ports.
It's worked
With the-
2 other times. We should just keep doing what we're doing. Blue with
Oh, yeah,
red.
yeah.
Red
Put
with
the
green.
blue
Orange,
wire
jam
in.
it in.
Jam it in. Yeah, jam it in. I'll jam it in with a 15.
Nice. All right, you finally get the triangle into the square, and this panel comes back to life. The readout kind of reboots, and it's showing greens on all of its operational parameters.
Nice.
Easy.
You hear that roar again, and it sounds like it's closer, but you're not for sure. But it still sounds a ways off. But somehow it just kind of seems a little bit closer than it did last time.
Yes, I am still ready for your challenge to be met. Come, foe of the night. That usually works. I don't know why they're waiting so long. Ugh.
I mean, have you tried, I don't know, be asking nicer? Hey man, would you like to come over here, hang out, have a beer? That usually is a little bit more warmly received by alien life forms.
I don't think so.
I'll blip to the next panel.
No, that was the last one. That was the last one you had to fix.
Let's go
Oh.
inside. It's freezing out here. I can barely move.
It's just, gotta eat more, just increase your calories. You could build a nice little bit of a insulator for when you're out in the cosmic ocean.
I can start with a kit. Get inside. Let's go.
Well, notoriously we don't taste very good.
I
We
bet
taste
you
like
don't.
no, we
Very
probably
stringy.
don't.
You're full of piss
Probably
and
very stringy.
vinegar, so it's got a bit of a sour taste.
I try to release that at least twice a day.
That's nasty. What's wrong with you? Gross.
I'll blip
Brinks,
inside.
do you got this thing up and running yet? Sunshine, how are you doing, sweetheart? Talk to us.
Power is a concern because the main reactor's offline and needs a specialized crystal to reinitiate temporal jiggles to create vacuum space zero energy power for all of it.
Is there any sort of crystals like that on this planet?
I'm checking and recalibrating the arrays that you have repaired for me. I'm completely blind on the outside, but I still have internal sensors. The proximity sensors are 4.21% out of alignment, but functioning nonetheless. But my global sensors are much better now. I appreciate the assistance. I'm searching searching.
So the thing outside seems to be getting closer, but the coward hides in the snowbanks. Doesn't show its face for a proper compilation of duels. I will see it led to its demise.
Oh my.
That's right. Anything else I can help move around in here? Brinks, you look a bit concerned.
Yeah, a bit focused.
No, I bet.
I just checked the sensors real quick. Good to go. All right. You guys come back in. We're trying to get out of here before whatever those things are here gets to us.
Yeah.
Okay. Sunshine tells you that she is detecting some of these raw crystals out in some sort of like mountainous structure, from like a mountain range, foothills, about 5 days travel to the south of us.
Don't like the sounds of that.
About the
Just
time
fly
you
over
all
there,
get
it's fine.
inside, I'll arrive.
I've been busy trying to fix things. Are you all just standing around up here?
Yes, this entire time.
She's like, I can't pinpoint it to a region because there's no satellites, but I can narrow it down to about 100 square miles that you just need to search.
What are we searching for?
Find X-ring fuse crystals.
Yeah. All right. So, what's the plan? We're gonna go out there, walk for 5 days, try to get something, and then walk back.
How long
Easy.
will the life support last on the ship?
Well, with Grix's jury rigging, he stole some, he's cobbled together some equipment and some, chemicals and other electronical know-how, and he's been able to bolster the auxiliary power, but it's to be determined how long that'll bolster. Without that, the auxiliary power, if you power down certain non-essential things like food replicators and things like that, you could probably make it last 5 days or so before
we'll never,
you know
we'll never even
But you-
make it to the crystal.
before life support is affected.
So it's 5 days on foot or 5 days travel. Like if we had the ship in the air.
Oh no, it's probably just a few hours if you could get the ship flying. But without the main power generator, Sunshine tells you that she's not able to fly at all in auxiliary power. She's really designed just to float like a derelict, not fly around a planet.
Well,
What if we pile up some snow outside and push you down it like a sled?
Yes.
Why does everyone laugh every time I make tactical suggestions?
That
What did I
seems
say?
completely legitimate. And I'll wait for an answer.
She's like,
Well,
I'll
we'll
just
take-
pop the clutch and it will ignite the thrusters.
That's it. It won't. Yes, we'll just push start it. I've heard of this before.
yeah, for a lot smaller vessels. Anyway,
Then what else can we do? We can't take the 5-day journey. We won't make it back before the life support runs out. So,
Well, I mean, theoretically, like how much energy really is needed?
that we don't need to fly around. We just so
Sunshine says, if you all leave, then I can power down a lot of the things. Because I don't need to breathe, so to speak.
so if we all leave, you can just power down completely, and then.
I mean, there'll still be some drain. I mean, my big brain takes a lot of energy. But you guys won't need to, it's one of the systems I could turn off to conserve power.
I don't see what the issue is. Why don't we just walk there?
yeah, because it's cold as balls outside. And what? You know what? You know what? You know what? All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take that trek. We're gonna take that travel. We need to prep, get some supplies, weapons, food, whatever we need for I guess a 10-day journey.
It's gonna call for a lot of grenades, like a lot of grenades.
Yeah.
10
so
days, 10 days worth of grenades. It's like 1,000 grenades.
We might not need grenades for every day, but yeah.
Tell me one thing that can't be solved with a grenade.
Fixing down to anyway.
Childbirth.
I mean, if you
That
shaped
is
it
a valid
right.
answer.
Yeah. So Sunshine, I'm gonna need. All right, we're gonna need one last boost before we shut down all the non-essentials. All right. So we're gonna need that food replicator to get us some of whatever the lowest cost energy is to get us some food, so we can take this travel. We need collect all the warmest gear, lock and load everything, get Bowie some grenades, and I think we make this journey. That's the last thing we could do.
She says Bowie always has enough grenades already.
Not
Then,
always enough. It's never enough.
So let's see. Grix, why don't you give me a D6 roll?
D6.
Yep.
Am I adding anything?
Nope, just a straight roll.
Got a 1.
Okay.
We get to the crystal and back in one day.
Right?
Oh, that's not the roll.
So the food replicator comes to life. It materializes these 2 boxes and then explodes.
The food replicator?
Well, with sparks and stuff. Like there's like a relay that got overloaded.
Oh, well.
And so that's 2 days supply on full rations. Those for 4 people, those 2 boxes will last you 2 days on a full supply.
Okay.
And there's probably enough of snacks and stuff that you guys have brought on board outside of that, like real food stuff,
Yeah.
to give you another supply worth of Pringles and stuff and ho-hos.
Flamin' hot Cheetos and
Not
Mountain
sponsored, but we are looking, Pringles.
Well, I doubt that Sparky over here needs to eat. Do you need to eat? Does he need to eat?
There's some like AAAs in there for him.
I
I don't know, Zix. How do you consume? For
Yeah, the
do you convert
AAAs
matter into
The AAAs are fine. Yeah, that's fine.
and like one giant like railroad lantern battery.
It's painted like a Pringles can.
Oh, you're trying to fit in. I like it.
Right. But yeah, other than that, I just draw the energy off of those things.
alrighty. Let's make this trip. Make this a journey.
And you were a spaceship, and you do have like things that you can scrounge to put on to fight off the cold, but yeah.
Perfect.
So you may not freeze to death instantly.
All right.
Not
let's go.
instantly, at least.
Sunshine says, I would recommend taking off in the morning. That's just a few hours away. But I'm forecasting that the wind will be down to about 15 miles per hour instead of 30.
All right. So I guess we get a good night's sleep, and then we go ahead and set out in the morning. Hopefully, whatever those 2 things out there weren't too riled up by Razik. And
as you guys glance at the monitor every now and then, they seem to be circling, but never came any closer than like like a 50 or so feet closer, but they're still a good, 200 feet out there.
Oh, did you encounter life forms while you were outside?
No, the cowards will not show themselves and face me in glorious mortal combat, but that I suspect will happen eventually.
Would have been better if we offered them beer.
They do seem rather large. I'm not sure that we can spare the power to replicate that much beer.
I mean, it's the thought that counts.
Well,
Here's
then
your
I will
toddy.
think about that.
So morning comes.
Would this be a good place to take our break?
Ooh.
Indeed, we can.
All right. Well, then we're going to take a quick break, about 5 minutes. I'd like to say 5 minutes, but you never know. Things happen. So why don't you stick around and join us? We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We are... I've never felt so bad for a living ship. Like, Moya in Farscape had it so easy with that band of misfits.
Pilot did not, however.
Right, Pilot had to, suffer a bit, but yeah. See, and I'm Pilot. I'm suffering through all of your guys' BS as your band of misfits. No, it's all Grinks. Grinks gets to suffer. With that, let's jump back into it.
And now I need you to make a save or die roll.
Oh, nice.
Yes!
I would love to say, Jeremy, that all of our viewers understood that mini discussion we just had, but sadly, they
I
probably
mean,
did not.
as long as we understood it,
Right.
and some of us might not have, so it's still not legit.
How much of that mini conversation was broadcasted? Because it wasn't everything, right? Back to the adventure.
Ominous.
Right?
Here it is. You want to see it? All right.
Nice notebook, by the way.
I know, they're very nice. I like them. Got them off Amazon. Use Wanderhaven's Amazon code to order.
Right?
Paper Age.
I don't know if I have
Expert.
that on here. I'm going to go set that up as we head off into the snow.
See link in the description.
Right?
That's right.
So I like to think that I've got my gun, but I've also got like a pack full of grenades for our kit companion to have, so he has all that he needs. So he's got a whole bunch with him. I've got a backpack full of them as well.
Okay.
Bandoliers, just bandoliers.
Oh,
of
yeah.
Grenades.
I'm grenaded all the way up. Yeah.
Let's put some controls and, guardrails on. Let's see. You guys could find 1d6 plus your intelligence modifier.
Oh,
Or
I'm
your
not
wisdom.
gonna-
Your wisdom modifier. Let's do that because it was a search.
My wisdom's a 1.
So yeah, give me a 1d6 plus your whiz, both of you and Razik and Bowie, and that's how many total grenades you can recover.
4.
See, you said wisdom.
Yeah, plus 1d6.
See, it's wisdom plus a d6.
Yep.
Okay. 13.
What? D6 plus your wisdom modifier?
Okay, yeah, I rolled a 12 on my d20, and I was like, what?
Oh, I see.
So
No, yeah,
what?
roll a
Oh,
d6 plus your wisdom the number in your wisdom modifier.
I see. I understand.
It's like, man,
13. Yeah.
Like, you know what? You're in front. What the fuck?
You get a grenade.
Yeah.
Everybody got a grenade. All right. Because how many did I use in the last game? I used 2. Was
Sure.
it 2 I used? I think it was 2.
So what did you get from your d6 roll plus your whiz modifier?
Wiz modifier is 0, so I've got 5.
Okay, so you got 9 grenades between you that you really little scrounge up.
Cool.
So yeah, all right.
that on top of the ones I have from the last session?
Yeah. Those are probably still secured to your body, so.
Oh, secured, lovingly clasped, like an otter with his rock.
You got like a
Oh.
bank teller chain to the pin itself, so it's easy. So, it is daytime. She gives you the weather report. She goes, "Hey, everybody! Clear skies today. But it is still damn cold. You should have an easy walk. Good day, gentlemen."
Okay.
Easy.
So, do you go on your journey, or do you just hang out and replicate
follow
pizza?
you
Let's
guys.
keep going. Sunshine, go ahead and shut down all non-essential systems.
Way ahead of you deactivated life support 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I thought it was feeling a little bit stuffy in here.
The
All right.
alarms aren't working.
I think Sunshine might be tired of our shit.
How do you all?
I think it's because you tried to integrate and assimilate her without asking permission first.
I think her attitude
Consent.
module needs alignment.
Consent matters, okay?
All right.
All
I
who's
blip
leading
outside.
us?
Let's go. Blip, 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 blip.
Okay.
I guess I'll go first because I'm the biggest, so I'll trudge the snow, make a path for everybody else.
Love
So
it.
they don't have to walk in super deep ass snow. They can just walk in my trail that I'm making.
So at
Plus, that
some
might keep me
point,
warmer.
maybe. Good job. Good idea. So you trudge out, and then you notice that it must have stopped snowing at some point in the night because the wind is still kicking up, and it's settled down to a 10-mile-per-hour breeze. But it kind of knocked down some of the snow banks and drifts for you. So it's only really coming up to about your knees instead of maybe your hips that you were possibly expecting based on last night's walkabout. But as you go down this ridge and turn with the contours of the lands, you see this vast ground and outcroppings and rocky protrusions that are just broken up. You have these giant ice blocks that are like kind of jutting out of the ground or just laying to the side. So, this casual stroll that Sunshine said you were going to have is like, she obviously doesn't have legs.
It appears that Sunshine sensors are also on the fritz, as I don't believe she recognized this change in the terrain. I believe you are muted, Griggs.
Yeah, whose fault is that for?
It had something to do with the white wire, as I mentioned. And I'm going to shoot a look at Bowie without saying anything. I'm not going to rat him out, but I'm not going to take the fall for him either.
Did you damage wires?
Yeah, did you?
Grink said that was in the past. Why are we rehashing it now?
You do know that if you sever a wire, you can easily repair it just by twisting it back together.
Well, now we do
Is
know
that how that works?
Oh, sorry, I was busy interfacing with the ship. I would have helped.
It's okay. We'll get this power source and everything will be right. So, what do we do? Just trudge on through this broken up terrain or move around it? Or do one of you suddenly have a mini skiff in your back pocket we can just ride on? What's the plan?
No, we're walking.
Yeah.
Unless-
okay.
Would I've been
Or around.
put together a little snowmobile?
Say what?
Would I have been able to hobble together in the remaining time we had since we left in the morning? Would I have been able to gather some materials, some to hobble together a sort of snowmobile-esque item.
No, because the roving vehicles that you guys keep in your cargo bay the engines were completely smashed. But you could have probably cobbled together something like a sled of sorts to like haul
Catch the
things
wind.
on and whatnot. Yeah.
So could I make a sail? So using the winds. You make a sail of sorts to try to expedite this trip.
Let's roll a d6, and let's say on a 5 or 6, you could probably craft something together to make a small, like, not a skiff big enough for everybody, but maybe something that would like power one person or allow you to like drag extra heavy things back to the ship
Plus anything?
with some wind. Nope, just a straight up roll.
Roll another one.
Okay, yeah.
Nice away.
You're able to get some sort of like sled that you could put like, things on the, like things you find to drag it around, but nothing that is going to be powered in any way. All right. So you all head out. About an hour into your trek, you start to get this eerie feeling. And the winds have started to pick up, but the skies are still clear. And jutting up around you on the edges are the, foothills and things. You can see foothills about a mile off. They're jutting up into a larger mountain range, and your ground is broken, but you think you can kind of see up front, a few miles away, clear ground, maybe some just tundra instead of this apocalyptic area of difficult terrain and ice. And it's nothing that you kind of physically hear but you just get this it's like in the back of your brain there's this just this eerie kind of paranoia that's building that you need to look around and stuff. So how about you all give me a charisma check? So a d20 plus your charisma modifier, and the difficulty is going to be a 15.
That's an 18.
Nice.
12.
Okay.
17.
I rolled another one.
Oh no!
Excellent.
Ooh.
Okay. All right, so since 50% of the group failed the check, 2 of your group are very Razik and Grinks, you guys are kind of paranoid, and you're kind of twitchy and looking around, you feel like there's another presence watching you constantly. Nyx and Bowie, while you're not for sure what is affecting your friends, and you kind of feel this less dread, their behaviors are pretty distracting. So anything that you do from here forward on this day is going to be at a hard roll.
I'm gonna noodle over to Grinks, and I'm gonna
are afoot.
put a grenade in his hand and tap his hand. Be like, that's my favorite one. It'll keep you safe. You guys trust in the grenade, man.
Yeah.
Trust in the grenade, boss.
Yeah. Thanks. I'll do that.
Just keep it close to your heart, that's what I do when I'm sleeping. I just kind of float and hold it right here, and keeps me feeling pretty warm and safe.
I thought
Don't
you
worry
gave
about it,
me
man.
your
It's good.
Favorite one. It's right here.
Well-
This one hanging.
Yeah, that was my favorite one.
All right. Yeah. All right, and then I'm just periodically checking this up my scan unit, where
Mhm.
I downloaded the map of the radius of where
Right.
kind got the scans of the crystals, and I'm just looking at it and seeing if anything else pings on it. Hey,
Okay. So as you guys trudge on and walk through this this hellscape, it's starting to get darker. The wind starts to pick up, and your unit starts to blip. Your hand scanner with your proximity, and it seems to be 5 to 8 smaller creatures than you saw last night, but they seem to be running in a pack, and they blip on your screen for a little bit, and then it's like they go just out of range.
coming towards us or away?
Yeah, they look like they're running parallel to you, and sometimes they're to your east, and sometimes they're to your west. But they're never like, they don't seem to be coming closer to you, but your scanner range, they're at the very edge of your scanner range. So, uh, probably a couple of 100 feet. It's kind of hard to see. You can't really see that far with the wind kicking up the snow, but the skies are still clear. You're going into night. How did you want to handle this anomaly?
Should we seek them out and kill them all, or should we just let it go for now?
I think seeking them out will take us off course. So I guess we'll play the long game.
Then you hear a howl,
Well, never
and then
mind.
the howl is echoed from the other side of you too. So you seem to have 2 groups verified on either side of you.
That's great.
It seems that they have perhaps answered your call for glorious combat.
Yes.
I will go over here and create a small area for us to rest while you engage them.
If they wish to die this night, they can be met here, and I'll prime the weapon. Come on, beasties!
Excellent.
And we haven't established whether or not like space wolves like beer or not. So like maybe just should say hi. How's it going, space wolves? Cold out today, huh?
Did you replicate beer and bring it with you?
Well, it's the thought that counts. I mean, like,
Oh, right.
I mean, it's the thought. It's the thought that counts. They're like, oh, that was so nice. No, because the thing they do then is like, oh no, sorry, like we'll just have water, because they're being polite too, and that's just kind of how it's done, like
I see.
exchange of politeness until like friendship is brokered.
Carbon units have very strange interactions. I appreciate you treating me.
Anytime. Here, I want you to have this. I'll give you a grenade. This one's my favorite.
Oh, your favorite?
Yep.
Does that mean you would like me to not use it?
Well, no, you'll use it like when it's time. You'll know.
But
You'll
then
feel
your
it like
favorite
speaking
will
to
be
your heart.
gone.
Well, then I'll get another one.
Hmm.
There's lots of rocks on the bottom of the ocean, man. Like each one is beautiful in its own way.
I do not understand most of what you say. But I will use this grenade when it is time. Is it time now?
Excellent. Oh no! You'll know. It'll speak to you, like right here in your heart.
I mean,
You
I
just gotta
feel
learn how to
like
listen
it is
for it.
time.
Well, just let it fly then, man. Like throw it in that direction, see what happens. There's nothing that a grenade can't solve.
Brain surgery.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could do brain surgery with a grenade. I mean, it depends on like what kind of surgery you're doing. What kind of
What's your outcome? I mean,
results. Yeah, what results you're looking for, I suppose.
Okay, so did you want to investigate the wolves, trudge on? What was your all's overall game plan?
I believe our
oh,
friend here was waiting for glorious combat
You
to come to him.
do have still you estimate you have a few hours of like walking light left.
well, just keep walking, get as much distance covered as we can, and then when the wolves attack, we grenade them.
When
I
wolves
could-
attack.
The
I could-
creatures that sound like Tacaresian space canines are not coming any closer. I will await. Let us
Are
trudge
you
on,
going to
friends.
wait here?
No, let us move forward.
Oh,
Daylight is burning and it's cold on my tootsies when we stop moving.
let's. What if I were to throw this grenade at the direction that they are coming from now, so as to amplify, to make sure they understand that you are ready for your combat?
The best way to defeat an enemy is to wait them out. Make them exhaust their resources. We will continue our trek. We will have them come to us so the fight is on our terms.
It is an interesting tactic. I have found that just invading and assimilating also works well. But if you were setting this, I will follow you. You were creating, my pathway.
Then let's go. And I'll start trudging through the snow again. But I'm keeping a watchful eye in the direction that the howls came from.
Okay. Well, you get a few more miles. It's a little darker. And you hear what sounds like the sound of battle over a ridge that you're walking up on.
Oh, yes.
And
What kind of battle? It sounds like gunfire? It sounds like somebody physically fighting?
No, it sounds like a melee. You've got a lot of yelling. You hear some clatter. You hear some metal ringing off of other metal.
Woe to the conquered. Let us investigate.
Kind of like Princess Bride level of metal clacking, or like Braveheart level of like metal clacking.
Somewhere in between. Not quite a full-on army, but it sounds like maybe a couple of like small war bands, like a skirmish.
It sounds like your glorious battle has moved ahead of us.
I'll go to look. If you do not wish to partake in the observation, stay here. I will return.
Well, I would like
Otherwise,
to observe you in glorious battle. I just do not want to interfere with your honor, so I will maintain the distance.
it sounds as though the battle has already been joined. Two forces already in the mists of glorious combat. They may not need my expertise in this matter, but I will see when I look upon them. Let's go. I'll trudge in that direction. I'm not going to engage. I'm just going to go to a spot where I can see exactly what's happening.
So as you kind of edge to the top of this ridge, you can lay down and kind of look down. It goes down to this like dip area at the bottom of the hill that you're at the top of, and it looks like there is a group of 5 people in like skins and things like that, and they have kind of maybe some primitive like bone armor, and like all of them is like a spear or these metal weapons that kind of have like wrappings and stuff on them. So nothing high tech, and they're being attacked by a group of 5 other people that have tattoos all over their body, and the peculiar things is they are shirtless, and they are wearing kind of like furry Uggs up to their knees, and they all have like Conan like I don't even know what you call it, shorts on. Like, you
A
know,
loincloth.
fur loincloth kind of thing. And they don't seem to be affected by the cold. They are full on yelling at these other people, and the other people are being just basically being slaughtered. And as you watch this, all of them are taken down by these other men, and one of them is tied up, and they are standing around him.
It appears to be tribal warfare, two bands of roving barbarians fighting one another. It would seem that they are ready to have meat back on the menu. And I'll point to the fact that one guy's getting tied up. I don't know if this involves us. It seems that the battle was justly won.
Yeah. Oh. So we're not getting involved?
They don't have energy pulse rifles like I do, but if you want, I can gun them down, but I don't see any benefit in that.
Perhaps
They're not.
these creatures can help us find the crystals we're looking for. Or do you want to just wander around this 100 square mile area?
Well, I'm already freezing. I've got things that are inverted in places, so I'd rather not stay out here any longer. But let us go ahead. I will do as you all think is the best.
I mean, at least they'll invite us to dinner, right?
I mean,
Fine.
These
I will
beings
try it.
These beings do appear to be powerful and capable of surviving that here.
They do not wear any protective clothing. I will try it your way, if you wish me to, Bowie. And I'll stand up. You there! We have come to offer you glorious beer!
Yes.
Do you wish to have some with us as we welcome you as newcomers here? Don't know if they speak our language, but
They turn to you and they say something in a different language, but equally as kind of excited as you were. And they're just like, Durasi, Wisakya! And they charge up the hill towards you.
they have come to embrace us, friends.
That's great.
And
I love it.
I'll get the gun ready and I'll point the gun at them. I will return the favor.
Okay.
Can I tell? Are they like attacking us or?
Well, they are running uphill with their weapons drawn. They're these axe blades fitted into like these large tusks. But and they're yelling as they come running up, but you can't really. I mean, it might look intimidating to like a human, but you're a reptoid, so it's 50-50 at this point.
I'll fire at the ground. I'll just do like a sweeping, like a wave, like a pass across the ground in front of them, just to see what their reactions are.
Okay. How close are you going to let them get before you do that? So they're probably like 50 feet away.
Let them get half that distance, about 25, and then I'll just
Okay.
kind of fan across the ground, kick up some snow in front of them.
Okay. They stop and they look at each other, and they get a grin on their face. And like the biggest one points to you, and he looks at the others, and he's all like, and they start running in. Roll initiative.
Oh.
And that's just a straight D20 roll.
We had decks or anything?
Nope.
Fuck yeah.
Initiative.
1.
Yeah.
3.
And just to go
Nice.
over the premise of the game, the idea is to roll high.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Oh,
Oh.
why did you say that? Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I got a surly 5.
Wow.
Very
One,
nice.
2,
All
3,
right.
and a 5. Awesome.
Those guys better watch
Well,
out.
You know, it is cold out here, and they're
Right.
shirtless. And now that they're as close as you two, they have kind of a red tinge to them as well. It almost looks like dried blood, like smeared across their body to make like a dye.
I respect that.
So what did you get there, Moby?
Oh, a 3.
3?
So we got a 1, 2, 3s, and a 5. Yeah. Yeah, we're
Well, dang, I get to go first, and I didn't even have to cheat. Just kidding. Judge me, internet. Um, they run up the hill. They're a near distance to you all. So the big one charges right for Razik. The other four kind of split off, and two of them go for Grinks, and then one on Bowie and Zitz. So let's make some rolls.
Let's do it.
Does a 17 hit you, Razik?
Okay. That's against my defense?
That would be against your defense.
Yeah.
Okay.
The defense is a 14.
This is going to be weapon damage, so D8. So 5 points of damage.
Okay, so I'm going to. How does that work again? I've got hearts.
Yeah.
A certain number of hits are a heart, and then.
Yeah,
after
so
your
it's
heart's
10
done,
points per heart.
Okay.
And who? I thought somebody got a. Did anybody get like one of those soul stone or heart stones
A friendly heartstone. Yeah,
last
I have,
time?
yeah. I
Okay,
have
so
it.
you have 2 hearts if you're using the heart stone. So you have a total of 20 hits.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. All right, so that's 5.
Yeah, 5.
Gotcha. Cool.
All right. The other guy misses you because I rolled a 1. Grix. Does a 15 hit your defense?
Yes, it does.
All right. Right. You take 6 points of damage.
Ooh.
The other one got an 11. Does that hit your armor?
Me?
Yeah.
No. 11.
Okay, good. Bowie. This guy tries to hit you with an 11 as well.
Nope.
And I get a good roll. I get a good thing going. And then the dice are like, hey.
Sounds about right.
Woo! Zix, Zitz, X, Zitz, Nitz, whatever your name is. Does an 18 hit you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. 5 points of damage.
Okay.
All right, so now initiative will pass to you all. Normally, if we're sitting around a table, it's just the next person to the left. Since we're kind of just here, I can either go with the order I see you on my screen, or you guys can decide who goes when. It doesn't really matter.
You're the GM. It's up to you.
Yeah. Tell us.
All right, we'll go around the screen as I see fit. And I'm using my Discord screen for this. So, Zitz, you're next.
Ow! I do not believe that they like this beer that you offer them.
I
And
prefer whiskey.
and then I'm going to like hold my hands out, and into them appear some glowing purple knives. I'm going to stab this guy in the head.
Okay.
That's
So
a weapons
the-
tools roll, right?
So the difficulty of this scene is a 12, but since you guys have this bad omen in effect, 15 is what you need to hit.
Okay, gotcha.
And don't forget, you guys can help each other. You can spend your turn helping someone, or you still have hero coins as well to reduce difficulties or do re-rolls, that kind of stuff. And the help will modify the difficulty by -3.
Oh, that's a critical.
Nice.
I don't know if there are criticals. Are there criticals?
Yeah, you get to roll. So you roll your regular dice, and then you roll a d12 with it.
Oh,
For
nice.
the
Oh, right, the ultimate.
move.
Right.
Yep.
All right, so weapons and tools. 4 and 8, 12.
Okay. He drops. You just slice him up.
Seems like a waste.
I wanted to assimilate him. Can I?
Did you, now, when you
use-
kill someone, does it like de-res them?
Right. Yeah. Is the blip like something else that you could do, or is it a full action? The blip module. Do you remember?
Oh,
Oh, it's part of my move. Okay. I am going to move away from these hacky slashy people by blipping to the back of the line.
Okay.
That'll be my
so
turn.
you wanna, since you acted, the farthest you could blip would be near, but you want to move to the edge of near in relation to
Yeah.
the bad guys. Okay.
Yeah, back the way we came.
Okay. Excellent.
And just to double check that he hit me with like a sword, right? It was slashing damage.
Yes, it was an axe, a
Okay.
tusk axe. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Radzik.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm going to take Bethesda, and I'm gonna, because I still have him in hand, I'm gonna lift up, and I'm gonna go ahead, and because I'm an MG specialist, I'm gonna just unload. I'm gonna do, basically, when I fire this one time, it's gonna do 1d4 shots. However, if I roll a nat 5 or less on my attack roll, my gun will become empty. So, let's roll 1d4. That's a 3. Okay.
Okay.
So, does that mean I do 3 attack rolls? Is that how that works? Or 1 attack roll for
What
all
does
3?
what does it say specifically?
Well, I have an abridged version on my sheet because the whole thing wouldn't fit on this, but it says attacks with energy weapon are at 1d4 shots. Guns empty on nat 5 or less attack roll.
Oh yeah. So roll for each shot. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And I add my dexterity, correct?
Yeah. To ranged weapons, you add it to you add your dexterity modifier to the attack roll, and then your effort. So you're an energy weapon. So your dexterity doesn't add to your damage, but you have a separate effort pool for that.
Yeah, the damage is the effort die, correct? And then
That's
so
correct, yeah.
to the attack is my dexterity mod, correct?
Right.
All right. So the attack rolls are going to be a 17, a 9, and a 19.
Okay. Yeah. So anything over 15 or higher will hit.
Okay, so the 2 of them are going to hit, and that middle one will not. None of them were a nat 5 or less, so that's going to be cool. And the energy, therefore, is going to be, it says energy and magic is 2 within the D10, so is that 2D10?
Nope. It's you add 2 to the D10.
Gotcha.
No, like
roll, a,
yeah, just a flat modifier.
roll a D10,
Yeah.
add 2. So is 3 separate rolls or 1 roll for the same?
Let's just do 3 separates for now, unless you want. Yeah, I mean, we're not pressed for time, so.
So that first one that I hit, this was pretty much right in the chest of that guy who attacked at me. That's going to be 11 points. That middle shot is going to miss as I fired at the guy to his left. And then I'm going to wave it over to the guy to his right and fire. And that is going to be, 10 plus 2, 12.
Okay.
I just got to vaporize this guy, miss.
Excellent. All right. So, the guy to the right that you shot, was that the one next to Bowie or Grix?
I think it's going to be the one next to Bowie.
Okay. So yeah, and what was your total damage on that last guy?
12 max.
Okay.
10 plus 2.
Oh, if you roll, I might be getting my systems confused. I don't think it explodes in this system. But anyway, it basically exploded. So 2 of them are just like blown back off that ridge. They're tumbling back down into the blood. The snow is bloody. And then there's still one standing. The one you missed is still standing before you. And he kind of like, he looks like he loses a little bit of morale. And his sword goes just a little, like slightly more lower than it did. He's like, eyes are big as golf balls kind of thing. With
Fear
that,
me.
Grix, it's your turn.
All right, so it's just the one in front of me. Well, I got 2.
Yep, just the one.
There's the one. Yeah, so open up my arms, my wrists and my hands fold back and some knives pop out. I grab them.
It's always the knives with you people.
And I grab them. I'm just gonna try to slice and dice this guy.
We got Zix and we got Grix and Razik probably shoots blades.
It's a D20 plus.
Yeah, it's a melee, so it'd be strength, I think.
Strength? All right.
Unless you got something that lets you use dex with it.
I don't think so. Nah.
You said blades, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Real quick, while he's figuring that out, I do see on my sheet, and we don't have to do it now, but for next time, I see I have a burst module, which allows me to, anytime I roll a 15 plus on an attack roll, I get another attack for free.
Okay.
So for
Cool.
next time, I'll remember that.
Yeah, I got a 11. A 10. I'm sorry.
Okay, so 15 is the difficulty number. Did you want to use your hero coin to reroll?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm gonna use that because this is ridiculous. Roll. I got 12.
Oh man. All right.
Oh.
That guy's just kind of laughing at you.
All right.
Bowie.
Well, I mean, Bowie only uses grenades. Grenades are the answer to all the things.
And so just to give you a recap, since we're theater of the mind, there's two left, one in front of Grix and one in front of Razik.
I don't think that there's any way to use these grenades because their range is near to avoid exploding the party.
I mean, you could probably set a timer on it and run.
Could. I'm gonna blip ahead. So the bodies are tumbling down the
Mhm.
area. I think I'm gonna blip ahead and see what's going on down there.
Okay, so you do see this figure down there as the bodies are still kind of tumbling down and landing at the base of this thing. There's a figure that was tied up and he tries to stand up and he falls down. You know, he's like struggling because he's got this rope behind his back and it's icy and snowy. But that was the part of the people that were just defeated and it looks like he was taken prisoner. He's kind of far range from you, so if you want to do nothing but move, you could get to him and check that out. But it looks like the bodies that are tumbling down the hill, when they come to a stop, they're not moving at all. They're just kind of sprawled out in this with big gaping steaming holes in their chest.
Standard. Yeah. I'll double blip. Bip, bip, bip.
Okay.
Just teleport my way down.
And the tied up guy's like, no, you know, but he seems to, of the skin you can see, it's a deeply bronzed person. They have a tattoo of a circle with another circle on their head, and it's a blue tattoo.
Hi there, friend.
He's just like,
would you like a beer? I think we should have ourselves a drink. That's when we sit down together and we become friends. Huh? That's what I'll do.
Okay. And he's just like, is this your turn?
Well, the blades are still in my hand, and I'm looking at all this. There's two left, right?
Yeah.
Just double checking.
Yeah, one in front of Razik and one in front of Grinks.
So
Grinks.
I'm gonna.
Is it Grinks or Grinks? I'm totally saying this
Grinks.
wrong.
It's
Grinks.
Grinks.
Okay,
Green
Grinks.
drinks.
I'm gonna flip it in my hand, so I'm holding like the tip of the blade and throw it
Okay.
at the fellow that is
Sure.
in front of Grinks.
Okay. You don't want to kill Razik's kill for him and then hold
Right.
it over him for the
Exactly. Let's see.
Oh,
Let's see.
dare you!
So that is a 20.
And just a reminder, you could use a hero coin to make things easy as well, not just rerolls. You
Gotcha.
can give them to other people. So you got a 20?
I got a 20.
Oh yeah, that will hit for sure.
All
Was it a
right.
natural 20?
No, it was not a
It
natural
wasn't
20.
okay.
I would have been much happier. That is 11.
Points of damage?
Yeah.
Dang, you guys
Right?
are rolling good on damage. Yeah, he's just like, it sinks into him. He tries to grasp it and just falls over.
And it reappears in my hand. Zzz,
Tricky.
right?
All right, Razik.
There's one remaining guy, and I see that at the corner of my eye, I see that Bowie is down with the prisoner.
Yep.
Okay, so we don't need this other guy alive. That's fine. So I'm just going to this guy who's in front of me. I'm going to take Bethesda and sling it on my back, and I'm going to reach for. I'm just going to grab him around the throat. With her
Okay.
hand.
Yeah.
Because I have natural claw weapons, and I'm just going to go whoosh and rake him across the face.
Very good.
So that's going to be that's
And
strength.
You notice when you grip him around the neck, his skin seems hot.
Ooh. Maybe I'll just take this guy and strap him to me as we continue to walk along.
Keep him alive.
Use him, use him like a heat lamp.
He's
No,
like a dog the old ladies put over their necks. And
right. All right.
Okay.
So oh wow, dirty 20, 19 plus 1, and so then the damage is going to be weapons and tools. Is that what that is?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, claw weapon 1d4. Yeah, 1d4 or 1d6. Excuse me.
Yep.
Can't read. 6. I have nothing in weapons and tools, so it's just the d6. So 5.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, he basically dies in your hands. You feel his life force drain out. Now you're just, but the heat seems to remain.
Ruh-roh.
Oh no!
Bowie really blipped for the final time.
Right?
Oh, he exploded. Yeah, I'll just take that guy. I'll just take his lifeless body
Welcome
and just
back.
kind of let go and let him just kind of plop onto the snow.
Smoosh.
All right. You seem to be victorious.
I think you are all incorrect in your assumptions that beer is going to make people happy.
Definitely did not work.
No, not at all.
What's going on down there, Bowie? You have secured the prisoner?
Oh, I offered him beer, and we're totally gonna be friends now.
Again with this beer.
Would you like to take the meat from these creatures so that you can ingest it on our way?
We are running low on
I
supplies,
like how none of you are like, no.
and I am strictly carnivorous, so that might actually be beneficial. But I don't know if we have the time for that.
We have to. Sorry.
We have to rest soon anyway, don't we?
Okay, how are we going to cook this meat? Doesn't matter to me so much, but I know the other two eat their food cooked. You there, native of this planet, do you speak the language I am referring now?
He's still kind of looking at Bowie like wide-eyed, like,
So
you know. And you notice on his pelts, you know, he looks down at his pelts and looks at Bowie, like, he kind of like turns to the side so Bowie doesn't see.
Oh, yeah, that's awkward. I get it. I get it. Yeah, but the good thing is that they're being put to use, and so I guess in the long run, it's okay. You're not wasting the whoever that was. Good job.
He doesn't
Listen,
respond to it, and like.
Well, he's kind of like looking at you like he understands some of the words, but not maybe like he's listening to like a really different dialect to what he's used to hearing. So, does somebody have a translator, or could do a makeshift translator?
I could
I'm
probably
surprised
rig.
Zzz doesn't have a translator of some sort, being the fact he could just kind of
I could
assimilate
probably.
whatever the hell he wants.
I can probably rig my scan unit to yeah, got a little translator module in it.
Okay. So let's go ahead and give me a intelligence roll.
13.
All right. Yeah, you think you can rig together some, rudimentary comms. It may not be the best translation, but there does seem to be a common pattern between your languages, your common language, and this person's. As he's kind of like babbling now, he seems to be trying to say something, and he's gesturing with, it's like vaguely like you guys get the impression he's like, I need you to untie me, please.
Oh yeah, sure, no problem. That's easy. Gonna look around for. I mean, his companions had like weapons, yeah.
Yeah, and the people you killed also, have those axes and stuff. So
Yeah, that's way back there though. Like right here though. I'll use whatever's around.
okay.
I don't think grenades would be the best tool for untying him. It would work, but
Here, hold this.
probably.
Right?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, you did say that it is the tool for everything.
It is the tool for everything, and it would untie him, but then we'd have other things we'd have to do. It would do the job, 100%.
I'm gonna make my way down this hill towards what will hopefully remain this solid individual. And if you haven't freed him by the time I get down there, I'll cut his bonds with my knives.
Yeah.
I'm sure I do dick around a little bit, looking for the right weapon, and then
Right.
sizing up the weapons. Which one looks better, which one is sharper, which one is cleaner.
Just picks up the big axe. Lay down.
How big is this axe?
For a reptoid of your stature, probably a good hand axe size. In the hands of a humanoid, maybe gives them a little bit bigger, kind of smaller hands. Bigger. It looks bigger.
I've heard of this myth before. Yes. How is your translator coming, Grinks?
I think I got it.
If Sunshine hadn't disconnected me from the Zill, I could just simply assimilate this person, and they could help us.
Speaking of which, give me a roll, Zill.
Oh yeah.
Another 6.
Nice.
Apparently the dice just want me to remain as I am.
So the translator unit, so Grinks, are you is it going to speak it out loud through your scanning unit, or is it kind of patched into everyone's headset?
I was
The comms unit you guys have.
Yeah, in an initial thought, it was patched into the the earpieces,
Okay.
comms that we had.
Sweet. So you hear this guy's babbling slowly, coming, instead of sounding like, old English, it starts to morph itself into oh, please help me. These blood men attacked my group, and they're dark wolves out tonight, and you hear a howl in the background. We should make it to my village, and you would be honored guests.
See, guys. See, that's how this is done. We've started the exchange. Obviously, honored guest is beyond what I was expecting, but this is good. This is good. Huh?
A
Learning things
feast
today.
fit for glorious champions. This is appreciated. Should we bring the bodies of our defeated opponents to feast on as sign of our dominance in this area, or is that not the way here?
I don't wish to offend your customs, but we generally don't eat other people that resemble us in form.
Well, I understand. And I'll pick up that axe off the ground, and I'll start to trudge back towards that guy who that leader guy who attacked me.
Yeah,
And I'll
yeah.
grab a hold of his hair, and I go to chop off his head, and I kind of stop.
Okay.
I guess you're right. I'll just let him go.
Okay.
But I'll take that axe, that bigger one you said, and I'll just tuck it on my belt.
Okay. Excellent. And you notice when you go over to behead the leader and have your second thoughts that he has these like gold coin things like around his neck as a necklace, but they look stylized, like trade rings or something like that.
Interesting. How far is your village walk from here?
Just a few miles north of here.
Grinks, perhaps we should ask this person if they know where these crystals are.
Right. Hey, yeah. Well, what's your name?
Ooh, good question. My name is Lazam.
Lazam.
Alrighty. Alright, so we're out here looking for Phyraxian fused crystals or something that can substitute for them. You ever heard of that? Heard of those?
I do not understand. You should probably talk to my father, the shaman. He is knowledgeable in things I am not. I am just a simple hunter-gatherer for my tribe and occasional fighter. But my father has great knowledge as he is the shaman of our people. The S. I forgot what these people were called.
Who are these foes that we vanquished and saved you from? An enemy
these-
tribe, no doubt.
Indeed, these are wandering nomads called the Bloodmen. And they do arcane and occult rituals to withstand the cold, and it drives them mad. As you can see, they're out here with no warmth or armor, but they still live.
I mean, not any longer.
Yes. Alright, so let's head to your village. Is the village in the direction that the radius is?
No, he said it's to the north, so you guys were going to the south. But he if your translation is accurate, he said it was just a few miles, like 2 or 3 miles north of here.
Oh, alright. That doesn't change much.
It's the Exum is his people. He says the Exum people will show you gratitude and invite you into our fire tents, and we shall feast upon my return.
That was great.
So we came from the north, right?
Yeah, but you were further kind of west than here. So
Okay.
Yep. So you're kind of meandering southeast or south-southeast kind of thing.
Okay.
If you believe this is our best bet for finding the crystals, or we could split up from here and each go a separate direction.
Right, there's
out.
4 of you. That's like, what, 100 square miles divided by 4, so each has like, a quarter of that to search.
Yeah, it should be fine.
This is the way. This is the way.
That's the way. Yeah. Split the party.
Let's
Yeah.
go ahead back to the village, I believe is the best course of action. Sunshine is already in a powered down mode to save our life support. It will make no difference if we tarry and are reviled. Oh, excuse me, not reviled, that's the wrong word. Translation problems, sorry. If we are It's not gonna hurt anything if we are celebrated as heroes for a night.
Radio. Yeah, so let's head back to the the village and see what we get from there.
Okay. Is that what you all are doing, or does somebody want to hang out here in case there's other glorious battle opportunities?
No, I just loot the body to see whatever seems valuable. Just
Okay.
Take those.
So, as you guys look those over, each one of those blood men are, wearing some sort of like gold coin-looking things around their neck on like a kind of a leather band. And you estimate that is actual gold, and there's about 30 coin you can pick up. They also, between them, you can cobble together one extra supply.
Nice.
As we walk,
And
go ahead.
and any number of tusk axes. They are, they're a weapon, so they would be a 1d8 kind of thing.
As we walk, I want to ask this Lazam.
Well, what kind of starships do you have on this planet?
Kind of looks at you and looks at you curiously. I've not seen people of some of your forms. Well, I mean, the otter person we see quite a bit around here. And he kind of shuffles his furs around a little bit.
Oh, look,
He's-
he's
but I
wearing
don't-
one of your people as a belt. Or
What is a
Covering.
star? And he kind of is like, what is a starship?
is that normal? Should I be wearing our friend as kind of crotch covering?
I don't know. Are
We
you
can-
literally from the stars?
Yeah, we could discuss wearing my friend as a crotch covering there. Yes, we are from the stars. How do you reach the stars? Do you have freighters? Do you have warships? Do you have
No,
personal
we
vessels?
have sleds, and we go to the stars
Sky
through
sleds,
dreams.
right?
No, they're on the ground. Nothing here flies except for some beasts.
Star beasts, I understand. Where would these star beasts be located? Should we need to leave Sunshine behind?
Nizds, I believe his tribe is primitive. They do not have any sort of conveyance for being in the stars. Nor do they have any sort of conveyance for moving across the ground.
I look from Razik to Lazam and back again and back again. And then I will just walk on and leave Lazam behind.
That's hilarious.
I'm going to make a mental note of where this planet is so that the Zil can come back and easily assimilate them.
Excellent. All right. So you make it to the village where Lazam is greeted by some people, and they all give you a wary look, and he kind of's like, they're with me, they saved me. We must talk to my father and prepare the evening feasts. Like, he seems a little bit more confident, and these people seem to defer to him.
I thought you said your father was the leader. Are you in a position as well?
Well, my father is the great shaman, and I am, I guess the word would be in your language, prince.
Prince, you are royalty then?
We are all of the same people. We just have different roles. And
Where
my
shall
role
we
is to
go?
hunt and defend our land.
I see.
And as I am in your debt, we shall celebrate you and help you as we can in your search.
We follow you.
And he says, "Most do," ha 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 ha, and walks off towards the fire tents. And they have these great leather tents that have a fire in the middle, and they seem to protect people from the cold as they are less clothed on the inside. They don't wear the heavy furs that you see the traveling group wear. So,
Oh, much better in here, yes. Oh.
and so he enters his father's tent and says, "Please join us." And he tells his father that you helped him greatly and saved him from captivity of the Bloodmen, where he was surely doomed. It tells him of your quest for these. He says, "What did you say this item is that you're looking for?"
I bump Grinks.
Yeah, I was looking at the scanners. We need a we call it. It's called, you know, around the where a Phyrexian fuse crystal, but just about any crystal. And then I show them on the map. We got our scanners picked up some compatible crystals around somewhere in this vicinity, this sort of area.
How do you use these fuzz crystals?
Fuse, but yeah, you put them in a big old machine, and some lasers run through them, and they send the lasers back through the machine, and it creates power. It creates a whole circuit to get power.
I imagine here you have sleds that are pulled by beasts of burden.
Yes. Yes,
We have a
do.
giant sled that these crystals move it rather than beasts. Much less picking up of droppings that way.
That's
Interesting. Let me consult the scrolls. And he goes to this big, giant bronze box that looks like it's been around for many centuries, and opens it up and pulls out some scrolls and starts to read them and says, "Yes, there is an ancient rumor that within those hills that you showed me to the south, that there is an unusual device that may contain crystals. Many centuries ago, when they were discovered, it says here that they tried to manipulate some of the crystals, and there was a great explosion that killed many. So that area is protected by the gods. We have not returned. It is forbidden."
Pretty people like myself, right? In that area.
Not that is recorded, and he shows you an etching of one of the crystals, and it kind of looks like a raw state of what you would manufacture one of these fused crystals out of.
We are not afraid to travel into this cursed land. We have been sent from the stars to aid, and we have. We would ask your aid in return so that we may seek this crystal that we have to seek. And then we will be on our way.
But given the great help that you have given my son, we will help you because we are in your debt. We will provide you with a sled and a guide that will take you to the last recorded location that my people have written in the scrolls. But we will help you no further than that. But tonight we eat and drink until you can eat or drink no more.
Oh, that sounds great.
Indeed.
Trust
Have you
them up.
tried-
No.
What?
So, and you can hear music is starting to play as the people start to gather for the feast, and there is a giant bear-looking creature that is approximately the size of like what you estimated those blips to be around Sunshine the day before, as you were trying to repair the ship.
Oh, okay. So,
So they're kind of spit roasting this thing that's giant, cut up into sections.
so that's what that was. Well, tonight we feast.
All right. What do you do through the night? Anything? And we are
Yeah.
about 20 minutes away from the end of the game, so or end of our time. Just
A
FYI.
little
Well, that
wander
case-
around. Just to make sure that there aren't any other kit in the area. Just to see if we're not all fashion statements here. Given that, we're a relatively young race in this whole like space exploration thing, and it might be a situation where there's, some people who need a little bit of rescuing from the fashion industry.
As you kind of look around and kind of like peer at people, while the fur does kind of resemble kit fur, they are much smaller than any kit that you've ever seen. They seem to be more of an evolutionary cousin to the kit, not kit themselves.
So like
And-
devolved kit, like kit that have devolved.
Or yes.
That's Star Trek logic there, man.
Kit that were raised specifically for the fashion industry.
Clothing, right?
Right.
Yeah. Sure, it's fine. Sure, it's fine.
It's very strange to sit here with all of these fleshy creatures and not assimilate any of them. Being on the ship with just 3 has kind of become normal, but there are like dozens here, and it's very off-putting. So I will just find like a quiet corner and try to become unnoticed.
Would you like to assimilate?
Right. I'll assimilate that one and that. You get assimilated, and you get assimilated, and you get assimilated. How about the
Okay.
rest of you?
I don't assimilate anyone. No, I'm just kidding. Razika is just going to enjoy the feast. You could tell that he's in his element. He's had a glorious battle, much like a Viking warrior coming home to toast to Valhalla. He is just in his element, laughing, carrying on, telling body stories. Whether or not they understand what all he's talking about doesn't really matter. He finds out some of them are warriors, and he talks with them, tells them about how he killed the leader and how everything went down and all this and that, and just really enjoys the night. And has much of the bear creature.
And Sid, you were
Excellent.
muted when you said something earlier.
Oh yeah, I said I'm just fiddling with the gadgets, making sure everything is basically maintenance, making sure all the scanners are working and we don't get any surprises on the morrow.
Excellent. All right, so the rest of the night goes without a hitch. You drink, eat, sleep to your fullest, and you wake up and they've already have a sled with the biggest kind of wolf beast team that you've ever seen. Like, these things come up to your shoulder. They're wolf-like. They
Is that
seem
them barking in
friendly
the
enough.
background?
Yes.
Sound
indeed it is.
effects included.
Right?
The yeah, I won't charge you extra for that.
Thanks.
The so yes, I should have shut the upstairs door so it wouldn't have mattered.
It was perfect timing.
The and they will send you a guy to drive the sled, and this thing is big enough to fit all of you on it, and off they go. So let's see.
I'm glad that they have given us a guide to steer this obviously too difficult for us to manage contraption.
I look at it disdainfully.
Right. As you're traveling through this land, it seems to be a big sheet of ice that stretches for, dozens of miles. It seems to your sight. Sid, why don't you give me a D6 roll and let me know what that is?
Straight
Yep.
4.
All right. As you guys are zooming past an outcropping, a giant, what they call a river giant, comes out of a cave and starts chasing your skiff or your wolf sled here.
Bowie, you wanna do something about that?
This thing it's about 20 feet tall when it stands on its back legs, and it roars, and you can feel the bass in your chest.
Glorious battle.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
understand. I understand now. Now I feel like this is the time that I should use this favorite grenade.
Suck on this favorite giant, and I'll pull the favorite that I have and chuck it.
Okay, Zix, are you throwing yours as well?
Yeah, I'll follow up with that.
Okay. So as this thing chases you, it seems to be gaining on you a little bit, but you're still a good, 50 feet away from it, and your grenades go off and cause this kind of avalanche off this like small uphill thing, and that creature stands up on its hind legs and turns around and runs the other way as some snow and rocks slide towards it and echoes through the land. The
There's
explosion
nothing.
echoes off the hills.
Nothing that a good grenade can't solve.
Very nice, very innovative. You can have a hero point if you haven't used yours already, all of you. So,
Nice.
or a hero coin, for diverting the encounter in a way that you win it.
Nice.
Nice grenades. You get to in the interest of time, it takes you another day to get to where you're going, because they know some direct shortcuts that you weren't able to discern on the map, and they use the downhill to their advantage with their sleds. So a day and a half, and he says, I can go no further. This is where, this is the ancient valley that we found the device at. It should be along this old game trail. And this area is kind of thought out. It's not a wasteland. It's kind of unusual, because it seems to be a perimeter of thaw and not like going into another biome.
Will you be waiting here for us when we return?
Yes, I can wait.
Excellent. If not, we can pick you up with the sled on our way, as we will likely be going faster than you walking.
I will wait here with the animals that you probably would be eaten by.
What will pull this up? Oh. Razik, please pull this sled.
Well,
Of course.
you won't be able
No.
to fit the sled down the trail. It's really overgrown and rocky and small. Their sled
Guy,
won't.
if you need something, if you are attacked by that giant again, take this. I'll hand him one of the grenades.
Okay.
I am told this solves any problem.
And he goes. He starts to pull on things and
No,
look
no,
at
no,
it.
no.
Oh,
You wait on that. You probably will not need it, but
You may want to explain to him how it works.
But the rock boom is cool.
yes, our small friend here will explain it, and I'll wave Oweon over.
Just gotta listen to your
Star
heart, man.
Child. He will tell you about it.
yeah, your heart will tell you when it's the right time.
Excellent. All right. He's like, okay. Don't pull or throw until ready for boom.
hmm
Yeah, that's how you work that.
Excellent. All right. He says, good luck. If you're not back in a day, I leave. Because you'll probably be dead. The gods here are strong.
The what?
Agreed.
Flip.
Okay.
I will wait for
we'll head on down,
Razik
yeah,
to head down because
I'll
clearing that
Razik.
I'll
trail.
lead the way, trudging a path through the snow to lead us down further into the ravine or
Okay.
glacier area, whatever it was you had exactly described it as.
And as you walk your way into this trail, the further you get away from where you left the sled, the more humid it starts to feel, the more green it is, the more overgrown, like a lush kind of jungle thing.
I'll turn down the heat
Weird.
on the panels that I installed in my cybernetics. Oh, this is getting uncomfortable.
Right. And so after a few miles, you see kind of like this cave entrance. And as you look at it, it's been really overgrown with vines and things. It looks less like a cave entrance, and it looks like it looks more like you're starting to see like familiar like thruster through the canopy and through the vines. So it looks a lot like a crash landed ship.
Interesting. Can I tell what kind of ship it is? Like maybe its source, its origin, or
It looks older than anything you've ever seen, but you
Interesting.
probably need to go and clear some of this stuff away. Take a closer look.
Perhaps we can make this ship work should Sunshine not be salvageable.
Ooh.
No.
You hear, excuse me, over your comms.
I'm just saying that should your systems not be repairable, I would still like to not be on this planet.
Yeah. So I take out the ripsaw, completely ignoring what it says, and I would try to clear some of that.
Okay. As you move closer, you kind of hit this force in front of you, and it kind of discolors and like sparkles. So there seems to be some sort of force field here.
Oh, great.
it's always got to be something, right?
Can I blip through it?
Ooh, good question.
You want to try?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I do. Walking?
Okay. Right. So as you try to blip through it, you meet a lot of resistance. So if you want to try to force your way through this force field, give me a D20 plus a con check. A DC
Can do that.
15.
Dude.
Can I use some of my stored energy for this?
Yeah, if you want to enhance. Yeah, if you want to kind of overcharge your blip power. Yeah.
Yeah, let's overcharge that
I
shit.
mean, what could go wrong? All of your grenades explode or something.
What if we have Razik? What if we have Razik assist you by throwing you very hard against it?
That's the way to do it. So what do you want? A con? Or
Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, give me a con, because it's kind of like the force field is kind of grabbing onto your energy, and it's kind of feels like it's trying to rip you apart. So you're kind of fighting to hold yourself together as you're blipping through your time and space. It seems to
Okay.
like penetrate into time and space, this force field.
So con, and then a D8 for the energy, right?
Yep.
And then do I add anything? Add the con bonus be 2. That would be 14.
Okay. So you blip through, but you feel like you've lost part of yourself in the time and space transitory dimension. So roll a d6, and that's how much damage you take.
D6. Clear this out. 4.
Okay.
So that'd be. Okay. Yeah, that sucks. That hurts. But I'll wait from the other side.
Excellent. All right. What do you want to do? You seem to be through the force field.
Why is he smoking like that?
Seems to be.
It's just an echo thing. It's fine.
You know, blipping's hard.
I'm glad the
can we-
grenades didn't go off.
Right? Can we hear?
Yeah, you can hear
Okay.
through it.
Did it hurt? Should I go through next, or?
I mean, I don't know if you're really capable of like disassembling like I do. But I wouldn't say that it's not possible to just like brute force walk through. You know, it's probably possible. Just go find an off switch. I think.
That's on you, buddy. Go ahead. Put on your red shoes and dance your way over to a certain terminal to turn that off.
What do
Red
red shoes
shoes.
have to do with it?
I run a scan to see if I could get a source.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're able to. There are a few. Not all the consoles are powered, but there seems to be the console through kind of the tangle. It looks like the cargo doors are down on the back of this ship. So you could probably, help him find the terminal that's powered on and muddle through. But it's a power source. The signature off this ship is way different than you've ever seen.
And sending the kid in by himself cannot go wrong. I'm sure this is going to be great,
Maybe the force field will contain the explosion.
right?
Hey,
But that is all the time we have this week. So why don't we wrap it up there? We'll do a quick round of outros, and we'll announce what the next episode is here soon. Brian, thanks so much for running the game today. Why don't we start with you?
All right. Well, thanks for having me. It's been fun. Play some Index Card RPG, and you can find my stuff on drive-through-rpg.com.
right to
I know, I forgot. I just call
right.
it drive-through so much that
OBS, whatever.
right.
Awesome. Thanks again for running. Good times. Sid, why don't you tell us about yourself, what you're up to, what we can look forward to in the near future for you?
Well, there are a few projects in the works. Nothing concrete right now, but as soon as there is, you'll see it. But in the meantime, you can follow me on the socials at _Sundance Sid. Whatever social media app you use, wherever it is, just type that in and it should pop up maybe. And just follow me there, and then, or you can just find me here on Wanderer's Haven,
Thanks.
doing all sorts of things.
Yeah, you're on tomorrow with us, aren't you?
Yes.
For our one shot of Traveler. So if you want to check out our We Get to Play episode of Traveler, which most of us have never played, we'll have one fellow I think that's really experienced in Traveler, but I don't even have the book. I've never read any of it. So speaking of Traveler, let's go to Kevin, who's running the game tomorrow.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, we are doing a Let's Get to Play episode tomorrow at 2 p.m. where we're going to be playing Traveler. It's the classic sci-fi game that's been around as long as D&D, and some people haven't even heard of it. It's strange, but it's a really cool, solid game, and we're going to be playing that. Both Jeremy and Sid will be in that game with me game mastering, as well as some other players as well. But yeah, you can find me online at the socials at KevRan Games. I run most of the We Get to Plays, but not all of them, but I'm also on Lanata Turna, which coincidentally I had the shirt on. It's another stream that I do on Friday nights. It's a grimdark D&D 5th edition campaign setting that's coming over from Italy. So please go check that out. It's a wild ride. We're about to start a new arc, and next week I will announce here for the first time it's an arc having to do with some vampires.
Nice.
So,
And
yeah,
and the
check
last
that
arc
out.
that you the last arc that you played wrapped up last night and is available on
Did.
VOD over there, right?
It is, yes,
Sweet.
yes. The first 2 episodes of it are on YouTube, and then the last one is still on VOD last night. Yep, and it was interesting story. A lot of great role play last night. Really touching stuff. So
Nice.
thank you.
Nice.
Yeah, but thanks for having me. It's always a blast to be on here. Thanks, Brian. Thanks everybody else for playing with us, and thanks for watching, everybody.
Nice. And last but not least, our resident furry, at least in this game, John.
Yeah, for forever, man.
Forever.
Forever. You see what I did there? John, you can look at pictures of my dog on Instagram at Distillosaurus Rex. Sometimes there's stuff about whiskey, but it's mostly the dog being very cute. And who can resist pictures of a cute dog? Yeah, I'm on here on occasion. We do some games. It's fun. I'm currently doing a game with Penny Dragon Games, an abridged Curse of Strahd, which is super fun.
Nice.
That's kind of what we're doing on Tuesdays. Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm Jeremy, and if you've seen me looking under my desk a lot this episode, it's because my dog decided to go and lay under my feet, and she's being super adorable. And I don't know if you can hear her snoring. You can find me at the places as Wanderer's Haven or as WH Pubs. Mostly WH Pubs just to make it easier for you to type in. But here on Twitch, it is Wanderer's Haven, not Wanderer's Shaven, but Wanderer's Haven. We will get the next episode of this game set up here soon and up on our schedule. Otherwise, tune in tomorrow for we get to play Traveler, and then Wednesday we have episode 2 of a 5-part series, I believe, Kevin. Because you're also you're not in that one, are you?
I'm not in it, but yes, it is 5 episodes of East
No one's
Terra.
in that
Nikos. Beth's in it. Beth.
No one here.
A bunch of people are in it.
Yeah, no
Nobody
one
here.
here
No,
is in that
nobody.
one.
Nobody
I was like, you're in that, right? No, I guess not.
No.
But yeah,
Nikos Homebrew World, a D&D high
East
epic
Terra.
fantasy stuff. Really cool. East
yeah,
Terra
Chaos
stuff.
Rising. That's what it is.
Yes, very cool stuff. Yeah.
Awesome. That's at 9 p.m. on Wednesday evening, so check that out. Thanks again for watching us today. We will catch you next time. Bye, everybody.